After 60, one of the most dangerous lies many seniors believe is that sweetness equals sickness, that anything with flavor must be bad for their blood sugar. But what if that belief is holding you back from one of the simplest, most natural ways to reclaim your energy, clarity, and health? If you or someone you love is living with diabetes, you've likely been told to avoid anything sweet. The fear of sugar is real. But what if I told you that 2 teas, yes, naturally sweet teas, are not only safe, but actually help regulate blood sugar and may even reverse insulin resistance? That's not folklore. That's science. And it's changing lives, especially for seniors over 60 who are tired of pills, confused by advice, and just want to feel like themselves again. In today's video, you'll discover how 2 humble, affordable teas are quietly rewriting everything we thought we knew about diabetes and aging. These teas are restoring mental clarity, easing inflammation, and giving seniors back the energy they thought they'd lost forever. Stay with me, because this isn't another miracle cure. It's real, it's gentle, and it works, especially if you drink them the right way. Now, if you believe in second chances for your body, if you believe that elderly wisdom still has a place in modern health, and if you're ready for some truth most doctors never mention, click like and subscribe so that others in our senior health community don't miss out. You might just be the reason someone avoids a dangerous mistake. Have you ever noticed that some of the best remedies aren't found in pharmacies but in quiet kitchens? That's exactly where we begin. Picture this. A calm afternoon. The sunlight hits your favorite chair just right. In your hands, a cup of peppermint tea. The scent alone brings you back, to your mother's stove, to your grandmother's garden. But what you may not know is that peppermint tea isn't just nostalgic. It's medicinal, especially for diabetic seniors. Recent research from American nutrition journals shows that peppermint tea has strong antispasmodic properties and natural compounds that improve digestion, reduce inflammation, and gently lower blood sugar levels. It contains no caffeine, no sugar, and yet it tastes deliciously sweet and cooling. This isn't artificial sweetness, it's the plant itself. And your body knows the difference. Case in point, Grace, 71, from Indiana. Grace had been dealing with constant bloating and brain fog. I started drinking peppermint tea after lunch and again before bed, she says. Not only did my stomach calm down, but I started waking up clearer, lighter, and calmer. Why does it work? Because peppermint tea doesn't spike insulin. It soothes the digestive system, especially after heavy meals, which many seniors struggle to process. It also has a natural effect on the nervous system, helping you relax without sedatives. And then there's the inflammation. If you're over 60, you've likely felt those deep aches in your joints or lower back. Doctors may call it arthritis or aging, but elderly reflections often reveal simple truths. Movement hurts more when your body is inflamed. Peppermint tea, with its menthol compounds, works like a gentle internal massage. It won't cure arthritis, but it soothes the pain. You may find yourself walking easier, standing straighter, even sleeping better. Many seniors, like Arthur, 79, from Oregon, have found their sweet tooth fading. I used to crave cookies every night, but 1 cup of peppermint tea after dinner makes me feel full and satisfied. I sleep better, and I'm not ashamed to say, my blood sugar has stabilized for the first time in years. You can drink peppermint tea hot or cold, add fresh mint from the garden, or a cinnamon stick for extra glucose support. Try a squeeze of lemon for circulation, or mix it with green tea for a gentle energy lift. One more trick from the life lessons of the elderly: peppermint tea foot soaks. Yes, you read that right. Soaking tired feet in warm peppermint tea has been used for centuries to reduce swelling, especially after long walks or standing in the kitchen. It's not just comforting, it's effective. Let's go even deeper into what makes peppermint tea a senior-friendly super drink. If you've ever struggled with indigestion after a holiday meal or a heavy dinner, peppermint tea acts like a soft reset for your gut. Its oils help reduce bloating and cramping by relaxing the smooth muscles in your digestive tract. This isn't theory. This is backed by clinical studies and elderly testimony alike. Susan, 68, from Vermont, shared that she used to rely on antacids every night. Now I steep a peppermint tea bag for 15 minutes before bed. My stomach doesn't burn anymore. It's gentle, and it actually works. But what about your mind? Seniors often describe mornings as foggy or slow. Peppermint tea has been shown to enhance cognitive performance and alertness in adults over 60. Its scent alone can improve memory and concentration, according to British research studies. One warm cup could replace the need for a second coffee, minus the caffeine crash. Don't overlook how accessible it is. Peppermint tea is widely available, inexpensive, and often sold in organic varieties. And because it's herbal, there's no risk of overuse or caffeine-related heart strain. It's a small ritual with enormous emotional and physical impact. A true example of senior health meets elderly wisdom. Feeling stressed? Peppermint tea can be your emotional anchor. Many seniors suffer from low-grade anxiety, especially when routines are disrupted or loneliness creeps in. The act of sipping warm tea, combined with peppermint's relaxing properties, is like a hug for your nervous system. Studies have shown that menthol compounds in mint help regulate cortisol, your stress hormone, naturally. Thomas, 82, from Georgia, said, "My wife passed 2 years ago. I live alone now. I never thought tea would become part of my healing, but every evening I brew a cup, sit on the porch, and let the day soften. It gives me peace." Peppermint tea also helps stabilize your appetite. This is huge for diabetic seniors who struggle with nighttime cravings. A single cup after dinner helps signal to your brain that you are full, satisfied, and calm. This prevents those late-night snack binges that can spike blood sugar. Another underrated benefit? Sinus and respiratory relief. Even just inhaling the steam from peppermint tea helps open airways, especially helpful for seniors dealing with allergies, sinus pressure, or seasonal colds. You can even use leftover tea as a compress for tired eyes or forehead pressure. Add a few drops of cooled tea to a cloth and place it gently over closed eyes. Seniors with tension headaches report real relief with this simple method. And if you garden, peppermint grows easily in pots. Seniors who tend their own herbs report a deeper emotional bond to their wellness habits. Snip fresh leaves, steep them, and feel the satisfaction of nurturing both your body and spirit. Let's not forget one more powerful benefit: restorative sleep. Because peppermint tea contains no caffeine and acts as a mild muscle relaxant, many seniors find it improves sleep quality. It won't knock you out like a pill, but it gently prepares your body for rest. A nightly peppermint tea ritual signals your brain it's time to wind down. Eleanor, 76, from Ohio, shares, "I used to wake up at 2 a.m. like clockwork. Now, when I drink peppermint tea before bed, I drift off easier and wake up feeling rested, not groggy." If you're a senior battling the fatigue that comes from imbalanced blood sugar, restless nights, and emotional stress, this small habit might become your anchor. A quiet cup of peppermint tea. No pills, no prescriptions, just a warm, healing pause. You can even keep a peppermint tea bag in your purse or wallet. Several seniors in our community say they carry it everywhere. They just ask for hot water when visiting friends or dining out. It becomes a safety blanket, a ritual, a whisper of self-care in a noisy world. As we draw this part to a close, reflect on this. It's not just tea, it's a tool. A quiet, humble, scientifically supported tool, backed by elderly wisdom, rich in senior health benefits, and wrapped in comfort. When was the last time something as simple as a cup of tea made you feel lighter? Not just in your body, but in your spirit? Fennel tea isn't flashy. It doesn't have bold colors or trendy packaging. But for many seniors quietly managing blood sugar, stomach issues, and emotional exhaustion, this gentle, naturally sweet tea has become a daily savior. Let's begin with Ruth, 73, from Montana. "I used to dread dinner time," she admits. "No matter what I ate, my stomach would balloon, and I'd feel uncomfortable for hours. But after starting fennel tea after meals, within a week, everything changed. I felt normal again. Ruth's story is more common than you think. Seniors often suffer from slow digestion, gas buildup, and bloating, not just uncomfortable, but dangerous when you're on medication or already managing diabetes. Fennel tea works because it's a carminative. It relaxes your digestive tract and prevents gas from forming in the first place. The essential oils in fennel, particularly anethole, help muscles in the gut relax, relieving cramping and constipation in a natural, non-addictive way. Unlike over-the-counter medications, fennel tea doesn't cause rebound symptoms or gut dependency. Instead, it supports your body's own rhythm. Think of it as a partner to your process, not a commander. Paul, 76, from Arizona, shares a powerful insight. I used to take antacids every day. My doctor warned me they were affecting my kidneys. Since switching to fennel tea after lunch, I haven't needed them once in 3 months. For diabetic seniors, the benefits are even more pronounced. Fennel tea has a naturally sweet, almost licorice-like taste that satisfies cravings without raising blood sugar. Studies from Germany and India show that compounds in fennel can support pancreatic health, mildly reduce blood glucose, and even lessen water retention, a common issue for diabetics. Deborah, 69, from New Jersey, says, "My ankles used to swell every afternoon. Since drinking fennel tea regularly, the puffiness has gone down. It's the only thing I changed." Let's explore one of fennel tea's most powerful features: sleep support. For seniors who struggle with disrupted sleep due to indigestion, stress, or hormonal shifts, fennel tea is a natural bridge to calm. It doesn't sedate, it settles. Drinking it after dinner sends a gentle signal to the nervous system. You're safe, you're full, you're allowed to rest. You may even pair it with chamomile. 1 bag of each, steeped for 10 minutes, becomes an herbal lullaby for your gut and your mind. And here's where elderly wisdom meets science. Many older women, especially postmenopausal, find fennel tea eases mild cramping, hot flashes, and restlessness. Its warming properties nourish without overstimulating. A perfect drink for evenings, especially during seasonal changes. Harold, 81, from Texas, discovered another use. When my throat gets dry from my oxygen machine, I drink fennel tea with a touch of lemon. It coats my throat and clears my breath better than any lozenge. That natural breath-freshening effect is thanks to fennel's antibacterial compounds. Gargling cooled fennel tea can improve oral health for seniors dealing with dry mouth, gum tenderness, or even medication-related mouth issues. Let's not forget the emotional side. Fennel tea, like peppermint, is a ritual, and rituals matter deeply to the aging soul. Having one quiet moment to steep, inhale, and sip, it connects you back to yourself. It's motivation without pressure. It's inspiration without noise. Evelyn, 77, from Colorado, put it beautifully. "My daughter lives in another state. Nights can get lonely. But when I make my fennel tea, I light a candle, sit near the window, and write a few lines in my journal. That tea holds me together in more ways than I expected." Fennel tea can also be used externally. A cooled fennel tea compress on the stomach eases tension and helps relieve bloating or mild menstrual cramping for older women. You can soak a cloth and apply it to your belly as you relax with music or silence. Let's talk affordability. A box of fennel tea bags costs less than most diabetes supplements or medications. Whole fennel seeds can be simmered for 10 minutes to create a stronger brew. Even on a fixed income, it's one of the most accessible, effective wellness tools available. If you love gardening, consider planting fennel. It grows easily in containers or raised beds, and harvesting your own seeds becomes part of your healing process. There's something powerful about drinking a tea that came from your own hands. Want to elevate the flavor? Add a slice of apple or a sprig of fresh mint. It turns the tea into a mild dessert, perfect for sharing after dinner with a friend, a neighbor, or your partner. And here's a surprising use: appetite regulation. Many seniors struggle with grazing, nighttime snacking, or emotional eating. Fennel tea helps reduce these habits naturally. Its sweetness satisfies the brain's craving center, while its warmth creates a sense of fullness. George, 74, from Michigan, shares, I started drinking fennel tea every afternoon instead of grabbing crackers. Within 2 weeks, I noticed my pants fit better, and my blood sugar readings dropped too. Janet, 75, from Oregon, also adds, what amazed me was how it stopped that nervous snacking at night. I used to open the fridge 3 times after 8 p.m. Now, I have my tea, maybe a slice of pear, and I'm done. And it's not just about food. It's about creating a moment in your day that belongs to you. That's what most seniors are missing. Not medication, not supplements, just space. Fennel tea gives you that space. Here's another practical tip. After brushing your teeth at night, drink a half cup of fennel tea. It soothes your digestion and refreshes your breath for bed. The warmth also helps relax your core, which promotes deeper breathing and better sleep. Carl, 80, from Vermont, found an unexpected use. He says, I boil fennel seeds, strain the tea, let it cool a bit, then use it to soak my feet. My neuropathy pain has lessened and my feet don't swell as much. Simple, natural, no side effects. Even caregivers are catching on. Nancy, 63, a home health nurse, says she recommends fennel tea to her elderly clients who suffer from gas, irregularity, or mild anxiety. It helps them feel in control of something. That's powerful. Whether you're a caregiver, a grandparent, or someone looking to improve your evening routine, fennel tea is one of those rare things that supports the whole person. It helps your gut, your breath, your cravings, your nervous system, and it does it all gently. What you're building here isn't just a habit, it's a system. 1 cup of fennel tea a day becomes a point of connection to your body, to your health, to your emotional clarity. That's the wisdom that only elderly reflections can offer. A rhythm, a ritual, a real result. And remember, this isn't a quick fix. It's a gentle change with powerful ripple effects. The kind of shift that brings balance without force. If peppermint tea is the breath of fresh air, fennel tea is the deep exhale. If peppermint tea is the breath of fresh air and fennel tea is the deep exhale, then this part is about weaving those breaths into a daily rhythm, a ritual that nourishes the body, the mind, and the spirit of every senior who's felt overwhelmed, lost, or just tired. Tired of pills, tired of restrictions, tired of not knowing what works anymore. This final part is about integration. What happens when simple, consistent choices come together to form a lifestyle shift? Let's start with the power of pairing. By alternating or combining peppermint and fennel tea in a weekly rotation, seniors are reporting incredible improvements, not just in digestion or glucose, but in emotional steadiness. Helen, 78, from North Carolina, shares, I drink peppermint tea mid-morning to give my head some clarity. Then after dinner, I switch to fennel. It's like setting up bookends for my day. I feel more in control. Control. That's the key word here. For elderly individuals managing diabetes, hypertension, or emotional decline, having control over even one part of your day changes how you approach everything else. Peppermint awakens your brain and eases your nerves. Fennel soothes your belly and softens your mood. Together, they become anchors. Now, let's introduce a third element, one that ties this ritual together like the final piece of a puzzle. It's not another tea. It's not a supplement. It's a simple habit, plate timing. That's right. The timing of your meals and how you bookend them with herbal teas plays a massive role in blood sugar control and digestion. Recent studies from the University of Michigan show that drinking a cup of fennel or peppermint tea 15-30 minutes after a meal can lower post-meal glucose spikes by up to 19%. Why? Because it slows down gastric emptying, helping your body absorb nutrients more gradually. For older adults with sluggish metabolism or insulin resistance, this is gold. Gerald, 81, from Illinois, began pairing his lunch with peppermint tea and dinner with fennel tea. My numbers used to jump every afternoon. Now they're steady. I don't crash anymore. I even sleep better. If you've made it this far, you're already part of a quiet but powerful movement. elders who are reclaiming elderly wisdom, not from a clinic, but from the kitchen counter. Every sip is a decision to reconnect with yourself, to pause, to breathe, and to nourish from the inside out. Let's go deeper. Meal pairing is more than just tea timing. It's also about food choices that harmonize with your herbal intake. For instance, pairing peppermint tea with light proteins or whole grains helps digestion and prevents gas. Meanwhile, fennel tea goes beautifully after fibrous vegetables or heavier evening meals. It helps your gut stay calm, even when the food is hearty. Martha, 79 from Maine, says, "My daughter taught me to write down what I eat, when I drink my tea, and how I feel after. Within a week, I could see patterns. I stopped bloating. I felt sharper in the morning." That's not just progress, that's power. It's a return to self-awareness that many seniors were robbed of in the rush of medical appointments and prescriptions. Let's also touch on emotional cycles. Diabetes isn't just a blood issue, it's deeply tied to emotional highs and lows. Sugar cravings can be stress-related. Overeating can stem from loneliness. And digestion itself slows when the nervous system is under tension. Peppermint and fennel teas both contain compounds that support the gut-brain axis, a pathway that connects your digestive system to your emotional balance. Every sip sends a signal. You're safe. You're supported. Teresa, 82 from Georgia, describes this best. "Tea became my check-in time. Morning tea is for hope. Evening tea is for release. And between those cups, I live more peacefully." One unexpected benefit we've seen from combining these habits is reduced reliance on medications. Always consult your doctor, of course, but many seniors like Douglas, 74 from Kansas, have been able to reduce their need for antacids, sleeping pills, or even blood sugar stabilizers simply by being consistent with this tea practice. "I didn't do anything extreme," he explains. "I just got consistent. That's the magic." And that brings us to a final thought. Consistency beats intensity. Elderly motivation doesn't come from loud resolutions. It comes from quiet, repeatable acts of self-care. It's brushing your teeth, watering your plants, or brewing a cup of tea. These acts accumulate. They build momentum. And one day, you wake up and realize your numbers are better. Your stomach feels calm. Your spirit feels held. This is what life lessons from the elderly have taught us. That healing isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's in the whisper of steam from your mug, or the memory of your grandmother's garden, or the way the sunlight hits your hands as you journal beside your tea. So here's your gentle challenge. For the next 7 days, make it a point to drink peppermint tea mid-morning, especially on days when brain fog creeps in or cravings sneak up. Then, after your dinner, wait about 20 to 30 minutes and brew yourself a cup of fennel tea. Let it settle your belly, calm your nerves, and ease your evening. As you sip, take a few minutes to journal or simply reflect on how your body feels, what thoughts are rising, and whether your breathing is shallow or deep. This isn't about perfection, it's about rhythm. By bookending your day with intention and presence, you may find yourself digesting not just food more gently, but also your life. You may just find your body sinking back into harmony, not because of restriction, but because of rhythm. And that is what gives these teas their true healing power. If you know someone over 60 who could benefit from this, send them this guide. Let them feel seen too. Let's bring back rituals that heal, stories that connect, and wisdom that lasts. Before we go, take a second to like this video if it gave you comfort, clarity, or simply made you breathe easier. And if you'd like more reflections like this, stories of healing, senior health, elderly motivation, and inspiration, please subscribe. There's more to come. More stories, more peace. And now, I'd love to hear from you. Where in the world are you watching this from? Drop your city or country in the comments below and type the word healing so I know we're on this gentle journey together.